Welcome, everyone, to the Transformation Nurse Academy podcast. This is our weekly episode, Talk with Kevin, where we cover topics for all nursing fields with extra emphasis on emergency and critical nursing. Get ready for candid discussions that explore the vast landscape of nursing and beyond.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, all you fucking bitches. This is Kevin with the Transformation Nurse Academy podcast. Again, I got Nelly here. Nelly Shininglight is with she's with she's with the California Central Valley Oncology Nursing Society. Before I get started with her, though, this is going to be part two. We did part one with Nelly. This is going to be part two. This is kind of a 3-episode. I did episode 1 was just in general about what I did with the Oncology Symposium. Part 1 and 2 is going to be with Nelly, and part 3 is going to be with Michael. All right, you guys. So welcome to the Transformation Nurse Academy podcast. Again, welcome, Nelly.
Hi, thank you.
So let's start with you. You introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Nelly. I'm a registered nurse, and I met you a while back, like we talked in the other episode.
Right.
And so we're here to talk about the California Central Valley Oncology Nursing Society, also known as CCVONS.
CCVONS, all right.
Pretty long. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you about the things that we do and what we do, because a lot of the people would ask, what is the California Central
So what is your
Oncology
mission?
Society? So our mission is education.
I see
Very,
that.
very simple.
So as you told me earlier, talk about your education. Let's talk about your education first. Like you got memberships available. What advantages do I have? How much does it cost to join the CCVONS, and what benefits does it get for me to join and be a member?
So if our mission is education for the oncology nurses, right? So what we provide through the ONS is a bunch of modules that you can log in and you can learn different things.
So what am I learning? What am I learning with these modules, though?
Okay, so there's different things, different trainings that you can have through this. You can do leadership. You can do urethral cancer coordination case studies.
Urethral cancer coordination studies.
Yes, and
how many people know where their damn urethra is, though?
advocacy, and then biomarker testing, for lung cancer and other things. So there's different things that you can learn through here. Professional practice for oncology RNs, quality of life issues, which are very important to talk about.
Safe handling basics, I see that.
Yes, safe handling basics.
So what about the journals? You told me earlier that you could get journals. So if I got a journal of oncology nursing, what would I see? What would I read?
It all depends what you're looking for. We do have a lot of journals available that you can just go on the website and access. But if you're looking for something in a specific, I know a lot of the infusion nurses, they often ask questions about chemotherapies that are very, have a lot of adverse reactions.
I see on here being a vascular access nurse. I see on here you got vascular access devices. So have you taken that class?
I have not personally,
I like to know. Yeah.
But yes,
all right.
And through the membership, as you can see on my screen, a lot of these classes or modules are free. If
we'll get Jane to put this on.
Yeah, if you are part of if you have a membership, you don't have to pay anything. Let's just say, for example, the safe handling basics. If you want to learn more about it and you want to take the module, if you're a non-member, you will pay $30. If you are a member, you pay nothing.
Okay. So how much is a membership to the CCVONS?
You caught me on that one because I haven't renewed mine.
You're asking nurses to spend money and you don't even know how much. It's probably $500.
I renew mine when I renew my my certification.
Oh, yeah.
So I do a bundle. But you can do just separate, and with mine as a bundle is a lot less. So I recommend those nurses that want to get the membership, when you renew your certification, just pay the additional. I think for me, well, I'm not gonna say.
Sorry, you keep going. I'll find out for you what you're talking.
It was not a lot.
So talk about your let's talk about projects. You talked earlier about projects that you guys do. So what projects do you have? I know you have some in the past, you got some coming up. Let's talk about the past first, and then we'll get to the future ones, because that will help people.
So this year so far, 2023 is my first year, as an active, I guess,
Member?
president.
Oh, that's right,
and
you are
for
the president. I forgot she's the president. I'm sorry, Mrs. President.
For the Oncology Nursing Society in the Valley. And so this year, actually since last year, I got involved into helping and collecting donations for the convalescent homes. We did the Christmas stockings, and we were able to collect a lot. I have other members in the committee, and they were able to count numbers for us, but I know we had the cart full of things that were donated.
So what do you use, what do you donate, what do you collect in stockings for, and what do you donate them for?
So last year we gave them to convalescent homes that we picked out in Selma. And so these are people that usually don't get any gifts. So a little gift was
Are you
really,
telling, wait, are you telling us that old people are left in a nursing home unattended with no family?
I don't know.
Yes,
But
you do.
we
Tell
wanna
the
we
truth.
wanna make sure that they
Tell
get
the
a little
truth. You already
something,
know.
and it is really special. And
It's sad, isn't it?
it is sad,
Yeah.
I remember a story one time when I was going through nursing school volunteering, and I showed a patient, I took a mirror and I showed it to her after I combed her hair, and she started crying because she hadn't seen herself in years.
I'm gonna back this up so we can see everybody's good. Yeah, but that's the problem. I have this guy that we visited in, I don't remember the name of it. I don't want to name because Jane will beat me out of shit, but it's a local skilled nursing facility. He had a Foley catheter, and they didn't move it from side to side like you're supposed to move one side of the bed to the other. Inside his penis, it was dragging down like this, and the bottom of his penis got a decubitus, and they had to literally cut off half his
Oh,
penis
wow.
because the nurses wouldn't what?
That's so severe.
Right,
Yeah.
that's crazy as shit right there. So what can we do to help you get, what can we do? Even if we're not a member, what can we do to help with your donation drives? Where can we go? What can we send you?
So now we do have a Facebook account, and we will publish in there when we're doing collections for donations for this projects, for the convalescent homes. This year we did not have a chance to do it. We were so busy with the symposium, but next year for sure we are planning to take on that project again and just hopefully get a lot of donations and take those donations to the convalescent homes.
I don't know if you can see that, but that Central Valley Oncology Nurses Society. So we'll put that up on the link for Jane to go and see and stuff.
That is right.
Yeah, that's good.
And
So it's too late for us to donate for Christmas this year.
we didn't do anything this year just because, like I said, we were so busy, and this is volunteer
So you're
work.
saying we're forgetting the old people this year?
No, this is volunteer work.
just teasing
And
everybody.
so
That's-
honestly, it's been a very busy year for me. I
That's good.
honestly
It's a
didn't,
lot of work.
I didn't think what I was doing when I signed up for this, but I am a full-time student as well. And I work full-time.
Right, don't
It's a
forget
lot.
she's doing her MP program.
Yeah, so it is a lot on my plate.
But I
So-
see here you do backpacks in the summertime, school supplies. So talk about that. What can we do? Cause summer's coming.
So this year we were able to collect a lot of donations. I think there's a school called Westside Elementary in 5 Points. I don't know where
Oh,
that
yeah,
is,
right.
but I know it's in the valley,
Mhm.
and it is for a disadvantaged area.
If
So
I'm not mistaken, 5 Points is near Coalinga in that area, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I looked it
Yeah.
up one time, but I'm not, it is a little area in the valley.
Yeah.
And so we donated, I believe it was it's 160 students, and I think we got to 120 or 140
Oh, that's nice.
backpacks and supplies. that
The
we were
whole
able-
school?
For the whole school
Holy cow.
that we were able to donate, but it's a small school, so
I know, but still 240?
140, I think.
See, it's still 140. That's a lot though.
Yeah, so it was a lot of
Yeah.
things that we were able to
I
collect.
bet the
and
kids
to-
were happy, weren't they?
I hope they were.
I know they did. You didn't go
They were.
visit them?
I did not, but
You
we
do it
have
during school season.
we have another member, Cheryl, and she was able to take all those donations.
Should
And
videotape them, put it on the Facebook page. Yeah.
I think next year we're planning to do something like that so we can share with people so they know where their donations are going and they can see the smiles.
Yeah, so make sure this summer you help CCVONS get your school supplies. We can give out backpacks. And next Christmas, stuff for stockings for the old people.
That's
Don't
right.
forget the old people in the nursing home.
And honestly, for going back to the stockings for Christmas, I personally encourage people to donate small blankets for their, to put on their laps.
You
Because
said something else. You said small blankets, there was
toiletries.
toiletries, there was other things though that people could do, like,
Things that are safe, because you have to be aware that a lot of our older or elderly patients, they do have some dementia sometimes, and we want them to be safe. We don't want them to harm themselves with the things that we're giving them.
oh yeah, that's true.
So always safety, thinking ahead.
All
These are
right, all right.
donated items, but we have to
All
make sure
right.
that they're safe.
We don't want to hurt the old people and nothing.
Nobody. Same with the kids. Don't donate sharp scissors or anything like that. We want to make sure that it's safe what we're giving to the children, and safe things that we're giving to the elderly.
So you said on here, you got symposium, but we already talked about, it, but you said educational topics on oncology. So do you do the symposium every year? Do you do it once a year? I know it's your first time, but what,
Yes, so
what
the
you know and
ideal,
learned?
the ideal will be every year to do the symposium. As far as I know, since 2019 was the last time that there was a symposium here in the Valley. So we took on this big project to do it this time.
It's a good turnout, so.
And yes, I believe so. It was really nice to see people from, I'm gonna say that we have participation from all the hospitals here in the Valley.
We had St. Agnes, we had Kaiser, we had CRMC,
CCI,
CCI, so I
the
mean,
VA.
oh, and I think some people, if I'm not mistaken, some people came from the C-Care.
Yes.
Yeah, so we had a lot of people. It was a good turnout stuff.
And we did have some students as well from Preston Pacific and Clovis Adult. And I believe there was another student from Central Valley. I'm sorry, Central Adult School, is that right? Is there a school?
You talking about like a nursing school?
Yeah. for
West Hills
LVN.
College? Oh, so there, so the LVN schools are,
Central, right?
no, but there's Clovis Adult School, there's Madera Adult School, there's Fresno Adult School.
So it was Clovis and I think Central.
I never heard of Central. I don't know.
I don't know, but
One
anyways,
of the fucking adult schools.
we did have a big turnout. It was really nice to see people from all over the place coming to join this event. We did have wonderful speakers. Unfortunately,
Except Cheryl wouldn't come and interview with me. I ain't gonna forget your ass, Cheryl. And you too, Michael. I know that you did the interview, but you fucking made me wait because you was at a prom and shit.
people are busy.
I know,
People
but
are busy.
I don't like to wait.
But I do appreciate them coming. This is all volunteer work that,
I know, yeah.
I want people to know that all the people that are the speakers that we have is all volunteer work. People like myself, and everyone else, and even Kevin. I mean, this is all volunteer work that we do for the
I didn't do
Valley.
anything but listen. And I got 4 CEs for free and shit. What makes me mad though is the ENA. I told you I was the president for a couple of years, and I can't get anybody to come. And here the damn oncology nurses got a whole damn house full. And I don't know if it's because ER nurses are burnt out, working their ass off, and feel like they're not taken care of. So maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna help you, Kevin. Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not gonna do that no more. I give up, man. I give up. I'm done volunteering with that stuff. So you, because I do sit on. I am part of the ENA, but I don't really do much anymore locally. I do state and I do national, but I am part of the government committee.
Mhm.
And I see here that you did what's called an ONS summit. Tell us about that. What'd you do for the ONS summit?
So
And how can you help the ENA pass all their damn bills?
So in May, we actually went to, it was something that some nurses started, oncology nurses, throughout California,
Right.
from San Diego all the way to San Francisco. I think we did have somebody from Oakland. Anyway, so from south all the way to north, all the chapters, or as many chapters as we could, we got together through Teams, through Google Meet and all that, and we were planning this summit. So what we did, we looked at some bills that were beneficial for the oncology patients, and we advocated for those bills.
What kind of bills did you do?
So we talked about the cancer registry. We also talked about.
What the hell is cancer registry?
So.
That sounds like a bullshit registry there. Well, I don't know. I'm not a damn oncology nurse. I don't know what.
That gets
what is it?
diagnosed with cancer.
You got to register me?
We
That
keep
sounds
track.
like government intrusion. You're
Well,
trying to
I don't know
find me
about
and shit?
infusion, but we do keep track of, because it's
Wait,
statistical.
Nelly did say last time, part one, she works for the government, so she trying to keep track of you cancer patients.
It is important to know which cancers are affecting each area, right?
Okay, but why do they need to register? Why can't you do it anonymously or somehow?
Well,
The government don't need to be tracking me
they're not
now.
gonna go and like say this a specific patient had this, but they're gonna say this population from this area, we have numbers, let's just say this numbers of breast cancer, this numbers of lung cancer, et cetera, et
Do you do
cetera.
it by geographic area too, like to see
Yes,
if
they
there's,
do go by the geographic area, and it's not just here in California, it's nationwide, worldwide.
but we didn't have it.
I mean, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, but you said you passed a bill on it.
Well, there's some things that needed to be corrected for the cancer
I
registry,
got
right?
you.
Which is
Like
the,
Nelly tracking me down and shit.
which is reporting things, making sure the numbers are accurate and stuff
I
like
got
that.
you.
So there's things that we already have in place, but they could be better.
So what else did you do?
And
other-
so we talked about the biomarker testing
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
you tell me.
available for not just for some, but for all, right?
So when you say biomarkers, is that a blood test? Is that like, because I saw today in one of my emails, I got a colon cancer. If you take a certain test or do a certain thing, it's like 90% survival, something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
One not
I'll read
specific,
the fucking email. You keep going.
but those who know that
Right here
the blood-
it says colon cancer is 90% survival if caught early. All people 45 and older should be screened for colon cancer. Is that what you mean by biomarkers, or you talking about sticking your finger up my butt? Well,
No,
'cause a lot of
that's
people.
a screening test, what you're telling me.
So what's a biomarker then? I
So
don't know. I'm not on oncology. I don't know what that is. Well, look at me. Do ER nurses do biomarkers?
there's different types of,
Do ER
biomarkers.
nurses do biomarkers?
no.
Right. I don't know. Tell us what it is though.
So there's different types of biomarkers, right? That were for different.
What is it?
testing.
Blood,
Yes,
urine,
it is blood. It is
pee,
blood.
poop?
No, it is blood. It is blood.
So you draw the blood and what are you looking for?
What they're looking same, for how can we help this patients, for treatment and stuff like
Is it
that.
like the PSA for,
No, the PSA. And in cancer, there's so many different tests, right?
that's why I'm not a fucking oncology nurse.
And I mean, you can look it up as well.
I'm gonna have
But
to.
we went with that bill and we advocated for that. We also advocated for the HPV,
Or like the vaccine, a test.
the vaccine, and
So you want my 14-year-old daughter to get a shot? Ah, I got you on the top subject, didn't I?
So-
Look at it, I got Sugar Nelly up.
that one is, it could be controversial, right, for a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
And the reason is because we all have different beliefs, right? So you have different beliefs.
I'm
because
old fashioned.
You could be old fashioned. Some people don't believe in vaccines, right?
No, I believe in vaccinations. I do. It's just I think we're getting, sometimes I think we get vaccination crazy because we got so many. And like, are we gonna be getting vaccinated every other day? I mean,
Okay, but if this is, so a lot of people have been saying, how come we don't have a vaccine that treats cancer or that cures cancer or prevents cancer, right?
but if you have a cure for cancer, you don't need a vaccine.
Okay, well, this injection is going to, or vaccine is going to prevent one type of cancer, right?
I totally get that.
So,
I'm not mad at you. It's just, why
it's
start
like-
at 14?
well, and that's where the controversy comes, right? Because it's like, should we at what age should we make this vaccine or should we?
And I know why look at me, I'm just bullshitting, giving Nelly a hard time. But I know that girls and boys out there, probably as young as, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 years old, they're out there
Not-
doing things we're not supposed to be doing. I know, but that's our fault as a society, because we don't what?
Well,
Keep
because-
them busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
I-
at what age would you recommend if you were in charge? Look at you, I don't want to say, Kevin. There's nothing wrong with it. It's your opinion. Don't worry about what other people think. Who gives a shit?
No, but I think, when they start middle school could be probably a good age.
Right.
Just because they start to learn more things and be more curious about things and their bodies will start to change, right?
So if I don't get the HPV vaccination, what could happen to me if I got HPV?
But there's different, there's
I
some,
know that, but I want you to tell people because other people might be listening that don't know about HPV or what the vaccination will prevent or what HPV will cause.
From what I've seen in patients that have had this virus, because it is a virus, right? And in older patients, when they have come to us, and I'm just going to talk about one specific type of cancer, head and neck cancer.
Right. Douglas, I can't think of his name, the actor, Douglas, he got throat or mouth cancer because he had HPV. Remember what I'm talking about? Michael Douglas.
So it could be very severe. Sometimes we take things very lightly and we think all cancers are the same. They're not the same.
Right.
I have personally seen this cancer where it affects their eating, their swallowing, their speech. And so
Is it wart-like growths that's in their throats?
there's abnormal growth.
You know what I'm talking about? That's what HPV, when people think HPV, they're thinking a little wart.
Oh, warts. I thought you said growth.
No, well, I said wart-like growths. Cause you know, it's HPV, people think of warts, but
Yeah, well, this is a squamous cell carcinoma. So it's it will be abnormal growth in some area in the mouth. It could be in many different areas in the mouth. And so it does affect their
Yeah.
eating, their swallowing, their speech. They do have to get therapy, even physical therapy for their neck, because they will
men
get
and
radiation.
women both get the vaccination.
It is available for men and women.
What if you already have HPV?
There is no study saying that you getting the vaccine is gonna prevent you now from, if you already have HPV.
What if somebody already gets a blood test and they got it? Is it worth even getting it? It's gonna do anything? It's gonna make things worse?
I have not looked into that,
It's a good question though, right?
but it is a
Yeah.
good question. If somebody knows the answer, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
by all means, pitch in and say
yeah,
something.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it gonna prevent you from passing it on to somebody else? I know you already got it, but will it?
I think when it's a virus, and you and I are nurses, so a virus can remain dormant. So I think even if you get the vaccine, if you already have the virus,
You're
then
fucked.
yeah, I mean
Don't be a fool. Wrap the two.
so yeah, I mean it's a virus, and
I know.
so
It's
just
hard
knowing
though, isn't
that,
it? I know it's hard though, isn't it? You believe in
knowing that.
science, but then you got warped. I don't know, maybe that's not a good word to you, but you got warped by your parents, your grandparents, the way you were raised, the way you believe. It kind of skews you sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it all
I know.
comes down to personal,
I know.
beliefs, cultural and stuff like that. But, those are the things that we went to advocate for at the Congress, and it was a nice group. I'm going to,
Did they talk to you?
each of us, our
I know you
job,
went to each representative, but did they
each,
talk to you? Because every time we go, the ENA, we knock on the door and they're like, he's not there or she's not there.
so we had a good coach.
Oh,
Her
maybe
name
we
is,
need to coach.
yeah, her name is Jelani De Castro, and she is
Oh.
down south.
All you ENA people, we need Jelani
Yes,
De
De
Castro to
Castro.
coach our ass and shit. Because
And
every time we
so-
go, they don't ever let us in.
And so what we did before we even went to Sacramento, we were emailing our representatives for our area, right? And so we emailed them and we said, this is what we're advocating for. We had some letters typed. Everybody pitched in.
Right.
And so we sent those letters out to our Congress representatives. And then we said, we're coming on this day. Can we make an appointment with you? And
Right.
they gave us an appointment. Some of them met with the actual Congress people, some of us with a representative.
Right.
But we all had an appointment.
We did too, and they didn't let us in the door and shit.
We got in.
Well, my problem is, and I don't know, I got mixed emotion about this. So we were working on something called I don't remember the name of the bill, but it was where if a homeless person comes into the ED, we can't just discharge them onto the streets. We got to provide them with food, clothing, all these resources. But the problem is, I'm not a social worker. I'm trying to heal people. It's not that I don't really have time. It's not that I don't want to, but it's hard in the ED to do that.
And I think we need more social workers that are specialized in certain areas, just like you're describing the situation with some unhoused, because that's
Yes.
the new word, right?
Sorry, unhoused.
Unhoused. Let me educate
Look
Kevin.
at me. I'm not politically correct. I don't get. You ain't got a home. You're homeless. Unhoused, whatever you want to
Unhoused
call it.
person.
Nelly so damn politically correct. I love it.
And so,
Am I making your reputation bad?
no, I have my own reputation.
I'm bringing her down to my
So
level.
for oncology, we do have social workers that are specialized in oncology. And
So
so,
why don't we have, I mean, we probably have social services in the ED, but like, I won't tell you where I started back at, but I just did the stupid Epic training and they have the social screening module we had to go through. And I'm like, holy fucking Christ, like it's gonna take me 15, 20 minutes to do the screening. And that's 15 to 20 minutes. I could do what?
well, you could be doing CPR in 15, 20
Yeah, see what I
minutes,
mean?
right?
So I don't know. I
Especially
mean,
if
it's,
you're in the
I
ED.
don't, it's not that I'm too good, but I just don't think it's a nursing role. I think we should have social services doing that.
I
So,
Yes, and those are things that maybe, as nurses, we can bring awareness and find the right words of how to say it, because it's like,
it's
do
not
you
that
want
I
me to
don't
do
care because
this?
I do, but
Or
yeah.
especially the social worker, when I started actually as an LVN, I helped a social worker, so I worked with her for quite a bit, and that was my volunteer work, and it was wonderful because I had so many
Why don't we
resources.
do volunteers? Let volunteers do that shit.
I had a lot of resources available for this patients, and so I would kind of screen them like you need transportation.
I know, but this is what the screening is, but as a nurse, I don't have, it's not that I don't care, but I don't have time to sit here and find out where you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It takes a lot of time.
It does take a
So why
lot of
don't we have
time.
volunteers to do that? Like,
Well, I don't know about the volunteer part, but
okay, well,
I
whoever,
just did it because, like I said, I wanted
then let's hire
to
more
get more
LVNs to do that
experience.
shit. Oh,
And so that was part of my volunteering hours. But I did find myself that I had a lot of resources and I was able to help a lot of people just providing the right resources for them. And just for them to be aware that, don't be ashamed if you need something, just ask. And we would ask you.
yeah, but
But
it's probably us as nurses in the ED. We don't make patients feel comfortable to ask. We look down upon people who may are going through a rough time, you know, especially I know it's not a politically correct term, but we call them frequent flyers. I don't know what they call them now, but we're not supposed to call them that because if you get into that stigma, you kind of miss shit. People who come in 2 or 3 times a day, you miss things, and those kind of patients die because they fall through the gaps.
well,
Because you get jaded.
I also think that it's not that you look down on them. It's just that
I think
because,
some nurses do though.
well, and I mean, I hope it doesn't happen
You
that
know that
frequent.
I know.
I don't work in the
I could
ED,
name
so
some names,
I
but I
cannot
won't because I don't want to
I
sully
cannot
Nelly's
say,
name.
but
I could say some fucking names.
I cannot say because I don't work in ED. But I can say from the oncology side that, we do want to make sure that we provide and go the extra mile.
Yeah, I
And
think
I've
you
had
should.
patients when they tell me like, I cannot pay my electric bill. Okay, well, how can we help you? Can you bring forms? And we give them to the social worker and she can help you. And things like that, that you make that
Yeah, but do
connection.
you think it's because it's not such a fast pace on oncology? You have time to do that stuff, but we're in the ED, we're burning and turning. Like,
I think it is fast paced too, because one patient can have
so how do you
five,
have?
six
How do you
infusions.
have all this time to look up resources to pay their electric bill?
I ask them questions, and as I'm doing my chemo and all that stuff, then I remember and I go back and then I see them so frequently, which is the difference maybe. Because maybe if I don't help you right now,
First time
hundred
you may have to
percent,
say,
I gave you a number, and then next time you come back, I'm gonna be like, did you call them? No, I did not. Okay, well, let me send them a message that you're here. Maybe they can come up and talk to you, and I send a message, and they'll come up. So maybe
well,
that's
maybe
the
that's what
difference.
maybe we can gather the information and we can pass it on to volunteers who can call them and follow up after they get home or wherever we house them at.
Well, that could be an idea, but I think if you have a direct contact with a social worker that is responsible for your department, then maybe you can make that connection and be like, hey, this is the person. Could you come up, or what information do you need? Something simple where they can get in touch with them and follow up. And then that's how you are connecting them with a social worker. And then the patient at that point is responsible to, ask the social worker about the resources that are available to him or her.
I know this may sound like a stupid question, but do we have social workers out in the community?
Yes, we do.
How come we don't connect those social workers to the hospital? How come we don't work together?
I think it takes a lot of connections. I believe in making connections,
Mm.
right? So things are not gonna come to you. You have to make them happen.
No, but
And-
as an ER nurse, I'm not thinking about that
No,
connection. You know
and
what I
I'm
mean?
not
I don't know
saying
if most,
you.
I know, but I don't know if most nurses would even think to go above and beyond that.
Well,
It's because you care.
yes, I care.
I know I care too, but I just don't, maybe I don't think about those things. My
Um,
mind's going, so, look at me, you know, I got ADD. Look, I had to write shit down so I wouldn't get off topic this time. So that's what Nelly. So what did I miss? We talked about your organization, the projects, we talked about the memberships, the symposium, the conferences, your summit, but you said you're looking for,
Oh, we're also, we're closing this year, approaching the new year. And so for the ONS, local chapter, we're looking for a secretary. Ideally, as now with technology and in the nursing field,
Right.
everything has to be digital,
everything.
electronic, files and presentations, and
Except the
even doing
damn,
this.
except the damn evaluation you sent me and shit. I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay, so.
What is this
see-
evaluation? Like it's
So there
Word
is-
document. How come it's not online?
Okay, so see, questions like that, so.
Yeah,
we-
it should be online, making me fill out a piece of paper,
and
killing
that's why
trees.
Kevin, he's the only one who didn't do the evaluation on site, but.
I could put it online for you.
Okay.
That way
yeah,
people could
that
just
would
do
be
it
wonderful.
electronically.
Yeah,
You have a Google Drive
I
connected to
do
your,
have a Google Drive.
connected to them?
Yeah,
Oh, see it?
definitely.
All right, I'll help you with that one. That's easy.
See, and so because of things like that, questions that come like that, like just exactly what Kevin said, how come you don't make this available online? So it's convenient for me just to click, rather than
Right.
I have to print it and I have to manually do it and then
Right.
scan it and.
Killing
it's a lot-
trees.
It's
I
a
guess
lot
the
of work.
Oncology Society doesn't care about trees.
Oh, we do care. And that's why we want somebody that, is computer savvy, that can help with all those things.
Does it matter man or woman?
No, it doesn't
Alright,
matter.
just checking.
Doesn't matter. There is no whomever is available and wants to help out and make a difference and help the oncology nurses in the valley to just continue to learn and grow, in this field and fall in love with it. I think is the most important thing. That's what we need and what we would like.
Even if you're not an oncology nurse, you want to become one, I can refer you to a job too.
Yeah, yeah. So we can always help you if you're interested. And actually in the symposium, we had FMP, a nurse practitioner there or nurse practitioner student that was interested in becoming an oncology nurse practitioner.
Oh, I don't know.
So coming to things like that, if it catches your attention and if this is something that you have thought about it and you're curious about it, we do have educational dinners that we
Right.
invite people to. Our priority is the members, but our doors are open to everyone.
Yeah.
And
As long
so
as you pay.
you
I
don't
know,
have to
but-
pay to come to the dinner.
I don't know, why not? I mean, why not help you out? That's how, look at me, you gotta give money sometimes, cause that's how organizations grow. You got volunteers helping out, so why not help a little bit? You can donate to the Christmas stockings for Christ's sake.
Yes, you can do stuff
Yeah.
like that. Just because we want everything, whatever we do to stay in the valley and to help our communities, right?
There's one organization that I'm throwing Nelly a curveball now. There was one organization that was there and I want to talk to the lady. I'd like to interview her from the Arts of Life.
Yeah.
Or the Arts for Life. I can't remember what it is.
Um,
Cause there's two different ones. I looked up both and one's for and one's of
the art of life.
Art of Life. So I didn't notice they call it the Art of Life. I guess it's out. They have some kind of thing out near Woodward Park, but it was fascinating. So
Yeah, it's really nice. I've gone before to Woodward Park many times and they do have, I guess, art,
Yeah.
because it is art.
but there's some kind of playground which is artsy and all this other stuff. So
Yep, it's
basically,
musical.
Arts of Life.
Yeah, it's
Uh.
musical. They do have like drums and like what is it, xylophone?
Oh, the xylophone. Yeah, I got you. All right. All right.
All those things. And the kids, they love to play on that. Even I've seen adults do it too. I've done
course.
it myself.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. I never want to grow up, so I'm not mad about that. It's good.
I've done it myself. So it is a lot of fun. Definitely, just like they were saying, it's all about people sponsoring or donating,
Right.
to continue to have that there. And
Paintings were nice. I like that.
and so, and I believe they said this are from patients that have done some
Yeah,
of the
patients, family members, painted and made these things that you can buy. Yeah.
And I know I've seen it. I know, but I had seen it before at Kaiser, but I hadn't taken a look at the where it came from. But now I know that it
No,
came from
yeah.
Art of Life. So, and they have purchased a couple paintings and they have it displayed and on some of the floors at Kaiser. So that's really nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I just gotta get the lady's name so I can talk to her.
Yes,
That's
and
good.
I can give you that.
So is there any other thing that we missed? Is there a thing, I see that you brought this up, FDA updates and headlines or anything specific you want to talk
I
about?
mean, when you become a member and you go to the ONS webpage, you can see FDA updates, whatever it is that is going on, medications, et cetera, and it tells you right there. So
Yeah, I mentioned all those people, even, I gotta go back because I gotta see if her face is there. You didn't have the speakers, did you?
I did.
Was she there? I didn't see her.
That's Myra. She is our
I didn't see her
administrator.
there though.
Myra, she was sitting next to me.
I don't, I'm sorry, Myra. I didn't remember seeing you. I apologize.
So in our committee is really small. We have Cheryl Hayes, we have Myra
I
Mendoza.
remember
and
Cheryl
myself.
and I talked.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the one lady, no, it wasn't Cheryl. Was it Cheryl? Narsala?
Oh, we do have another Cheryl.
She's
She's
the one that did
one of
the
our
tumor
speakers.
lysis. Yeah,
So,
this guy, Dr. Chaudhry, I gave you 10 questions and you never sent them back, Dr. Chaudhry.
Dr. Chadrick has been busy.
Whatever, look at me. Don't be too busy for the Transformation Nurse Academy podcast, Doc. You're not all that.
He's
I-
been busy.
I know. I even talked to this son of a bitch, Mike. I love you. And then Ruth, I
Ruth.
liked her. It's just I couldn't hear her. You gotta learn to talk louder, Ruth. And then the one and famous Cheryl Nasrallah. I'm never gonna get you, Cheryl. But she was good. I like that one. That was a good class. and stuff.
Yes, and she's wonderful, wonderful presenter and speaker. So yeah, definitely.
That's good.
Yeah, so this is what we do, when we do stuff like that, we try to encourage people to participate because it's our learning opportunities,
Yeah.
and it's our learning opportunities for those that are willing to learn or want to learn about oncology. And so we're putting this together for the Valley, for the nurses here in the Valley, and anybody interested in learning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that if you think about it, somebody in your life has been touched by cancer. My mom had cancer twice. I'm sure that there's somebody you know. I know a friend of mine, her husband had cancer. So, we're all interconnected. The Infusion Nurses Society, the Oncology Society, the Emergency Nurses Society. We're all connected because we all touch the patients and we need to help each other. So,
Yeah, and these patients unfortunately sometimes end up in the ER because their side effects from chemotherapy or their pain is so severe, and they don't know how to manage it. And so sometimes we are not perfect.
right.
And so patients end up where they in the ED, ICU, critical care. And so it is really important to have a little bit of knowledge of what we do, what we have, and what to look out for when these patients come to any floor.
Right. That's right.
So that's it.
Anything else I've missed?
No, I think
Are
you
you
did,
sure?
you did better.
I stayed on topic this time. I think you like both interviews. The first one I like better because we bullshitted a lot, but I got to learn a lot about Nelly that, I didn't know and stuff. So make sure you guys listen. If you missed the first interview with her, make sure you listen to that one and then listen to part 2. And I appreciate you guys coming. I hope that you learned a lot about Nelly and the California Central Valley Oncology Nurses Society. Again, I'll have Jane put up links and stuff. So if you ever want to join, I looked it up. It was kind of hard to find what the cost was, but I can't imagine it's much more than what we spend. The ENA, Emergency Nurses Association, is $136 every year. And that's for state and local. I don't know if y'all do separate, like that fee covers the state fees and the local fees. Or I'm sorry, the
you
national,
have
the
access-
national fees and the state fees. That's
You
together.
have access to everything. Yeah.
So that y'all don't
nation-
separate them.
It's nationwide.
All right, that's good. All right, so make sure you visit us and I appreciate you guys. All right, Nelly, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you for doing this again.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Don't miss out. Engage with us weekly. Share your thoughts, and let's transform the nursing landscape together.